Good morning. It is February 17th, 2023 on a Friday morning, 9 o'clock straight up. I'm going to go check on, get me an audio confirmation over here. Hasn't come live yet on my monitoring screen. There it is. And unmute. Monitoring screen. Yep, I'm there. Go take a look at chat. Nick Poverman started us off with, he said he was checking his balance. Yeah. Told people to be sure to hit the like button. Ken Stout says, hello, BH Ringer. Congratulations on hitting the 2,000 subscriber milestone. Doug, you demand. Thank you so much. Jonathan, Silden Ball, Brian Lightfoot, Speedy C, Carl J, Nick Poverman, buffering. Buffering Friday. That very well could be because I had struggles during Fortnite this morning. So here I'm going to run another test again. You'll see it yourself. I do have the guests today in the Zoom session, and once we started talking on Zoom, the upload speed had more struggles. So there's 715. It looks like it's going to be about 11.5. So I'll come over here where I'm recording this, and I'll say at 9:02 a.m. I had 702, and what was the other number? My memory is not good. 11.5, 715 and 11.5. So I'm kind of keeping track there, but when I tried to do the Fortnite stream this morning, I got down below 2 megabits per second upload speed, and we went ahead and did the whole game, and it worked, but there was some buffering, so we could have struggles. Going back here, buffering again. Zoom is a resource hog. Hello, Doe and everyone. And you'd be surprised how many times I get that misspelling. I posted a video short from our earlier game. Buffering seems gone now. So I'm kind of stalling a little bit to see if it goes away, because once we got halfway through the Fortnite stream, it seemed to be okay. Here we got a much higher download speed. That's encouraging. And my normal upload speed should be around 20 to 25. So it's clearly struggling, but we're going to see how this goes. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the Zoom screen. I've got that highlighted there, my last chat comment. And proper spelling should be Doug, D-O-U-G, not D-U-G. So Nawar Badria. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes.
Yes, you had to think about that briefly. That sounded like a kind of a slow evaluation. You gave me you gave an alternate spelling at some point. I think when you tested Zoom, you had an alternate spelling for your name. I think it was, tell me with the pronunciation, Nawar Badria.
So it's Noir.
Nawar.
Yeah.
Station, you came into Zoom, and I just checked out your audio. You're going to be with us today without camera. I just got a notice popped up on XSplit saying drop frames detected. Your stream quality may be affected. So we may wind up, let's see, I guess if I turn my camera to you off, that sounds like a good idea, because that's going to reduce the upload demands. If I turn off my camera, you can't see me. But I can still show my camera to the audience. Let's try that. And then I'll just bring my camera up on screen, since you're just going to be audio anyway. So, hey, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're in some kind of computer business, is that right?
No, I am not. I had this email by because I was helping family members, so I didn't want to use my personal email for that, so I created this email just to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, your email name gave me the idea that you're in the business, but that's okay. So you sent me an email a couple days ago asking to come on and talk with me about RoboForm. I have no idea what angle you're coming from. So do you want to go ahead and hit me with your question?
Yeah, I wanted to change from using pen and paper, remembering my passwords and stuff, and using notepad and stuff. I just wanted something that will manage my password all in one, and I can use it on one different machines. And I was debating between LastPass, Dashlane, RoboForm, and a lot of others. And I have done research, but I from watching Kerry Holzman's YouTube channel, I just lean more on RoboForm,
Okay.
and I just wanted to see what you think.
All right. Um, I am currently using LastPass and RoboForm. I've been using LastPass for a few years, and then because of all the conversation, I have a strong preference either way. Um, there are some differences, but are they significant enough for making a choice? You probably have to dig more into details, and I see buffering happening on the stream. Um, You're leaning towards RoboForm. I have no reason to tell you not to go down that road. Do you have specific questions about it?
Not really. I have checked reviews. I have read uh what people said about it. I can't find anything to go against it. I have seen Kerry Holzman's meeting with Simon, and I can't really make a decision.
All right. I think you might be trying to find a strong, clear cut reason to go one way or another. And I think the only one that I would throw out at this point is because Simon did come on to Kerry's channel and do
Hmm.
an interview. There's just a little more of a connection to him. I'm suspecting that, well, LastPass has been getting a lot of black marks recently because of the way they not only experienced a breach, but the way they handled the reporting of it wasn't great. And then some other things that have come out about LastPass. But if the other password managers came under similar scrutiny, how would they do? We don't really know that. People can have different opinions.
Hmm.
I'm one that doesn't jump with both feet solidly on any particular product and stay with it come hell or high water. Now, somebody recently had asked about Dashlane over my channel. Was that you or was that somebody else that was
That
asking me?
was that was me.
That was you asking about
Yeah.
Dashlane. So I looked into a little bit and I saw Shannon Morse's comments about it
Hmm.
and feel fine about it. Now, how about since you've done the research recently, do they all have free versions currently?
For Dashlane, yes, you get the 30-day trial, and
Okay.
you can use that for 30 days. And I have worked with Dashlane for the 30-day trial, but the problem was that computer application, like on my desktop, that application is not gonna work because they're they just have it for Chrome extension, and it's limited to just Windows. I have found that I cannot install on my Mac, so I wanted something that is more open and works on every single device, and I found that RoboForm has that open.
Yes. Yes. Now, I have tried using the RoboForm capability for signing into other applications, and the application that I used for it, it was kind of a struggle. And I reached out to RoboForm about it, and I got a very prompt response. So I was really pleased with that.
Hmm.
Now, I don't think I really followed through with trying to fix that because I was trying to use the RoboForm sign in capability on a program for Fortnite, I think it was, because Fortnite runs outside of a browser as a program, but yet it's not just a normally installed program. It's kind of weird how it operates. It runs through this, what do they call that? One of these gaming engines called Unreal Engine. And so that kind of complicated it. But as I was trying to make it do the password, it didn't work very well. But since they responded to me, I felt good about them as a company and about their support capabilities. I didn't wind up pursuing it because Fortnite it remembers my password on my own computer anyway, so I don't have to re-enter it often.
Yeah.
I do have RoboForm active on my iPhone, and as your research, I think already supported, it also works in the Mac environment, right? Did you confirm that? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Greg M in chat says 1Password has a 14-day trial, Windows and Mac. Bitwarden is free and paid, but he has no idea if it runs on Mac. Or do you have other? It sounds like we're leaning towards RoboForm. Do you have any other competitors that you're interested in?
I have tried 1Password, but it didn't work for me. For the 14-day trial, I'm still leaning with RoboForm just because of the support. Like Gary Holzman has said on his channel, they have their support that is good. And I have heard like what Simon has said on Gary's channel, so I'm going with RoboForm. I will see how it goes.
All right. Well, I don't see any other comments in chat that is worth talking about. I did increase the volume on Noir. So how is that doing now, Brian? Are you hearing him better at this point? And then Oystein says, RoboForm doesn't currently support hardware keys if you are requiring that. Yeah, you haven't said anything about a hardware key using like a YubiKey that you plug into a USB port?
No.
All right, so you're not interested in that.
No.
Are you interested in sub-accounts, like for family members to all operate under your primary account?
No, I'm just going to use it for my personal needs.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of feeling like we're running out of conversation here about RoboForm.
Yeah.
Greg M says, do you need 2FA support? Now, I haven't tinkered around very much with the two-factor in RoboForm, but it is there, I believe, for RoboForm and for LastPass, so that if you have accounts set up with web services and you have two-factor authentication set up, then RoboForm can handle that automatically for you when you're working from a device where you have RoboForm active, so that you don't have to go turn to your text messages on your cell phone or a security app on your cell phone.
Yeah, I have done that for my emails and all my software that I use. I have done the two-factor authentication just for safety.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago, my email tried to get hacked. But when they got my password correctly, they sent me a code for authentication, but I didn't let it go through. And so basically after that, I got an email from my from Gmail, and then I had to change my password. So I knew that somebody was trying to hack my account.
Yeah.
And I was lucky that I had my two-factor authentication enabled on Gmail, and that prevented it from being open.
Right. If you don't have that two-factor there, somebody else could get into your account and take it over.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't pursued the two-factor authentication feature in RoboForm or LastPass because I would rather retain my awareness that I have two-factor authentication turned on for that account. If I let RoboForm or LastPass handle that for me, my thinking there was, will I forget that I have that enabled there, and I just want to keep my consciousness level up. So I feel comforted by having to do that two-factor confirmation.
Yeah.
Okay, seeing what else people in chat are saying here. RoboForm doesn't currently support hardware keys if you're requiring that, which is kind of surprising to me. I would suspect they're going to come up with that before long. And RoboForm support SMS. So that would, I'm suspecting, is referring to text messaging code sent by text message to.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it does for me.
Okay. And I've found that I prefer the two-factor coming by text message rather than an authentication app in many environments, particularly since I have a little bit of an unusual situation that most people won't have. Is I set up, and I was doing this recently over the last couple of days, setting up two-factor authentication for my clients' computers where they have staff at their desks and they only do email at their desks, and we are being required to enable two-factor authentication, which is great. I support that. But rather than trying to coordinate that with each of their cell phones, and by the time they ever need it again, they will have forgotten how to use it, what I'm doing is I'm enabling two-factor authentication on their computers to my cell phone, which provides a little bit of an advantage for my client, because if, for instance, let's suppose they have a problem with one of their employees and their employee is going to try to do something nefarious away from the office, and they attempt to log into their email account away from the office, they're going to have to communicate with me in order to accomplish that. So it's kind of a kind of a hidden level of security, because they can't get to their email when they're away from the office. They can get to it there in the office. And the way we deal with, well, what happens if Doug gets hit by a bus, is my client has the master account for the email services that they can go reset if they need to.
Here's something interesting that I found with Dashlane. Dashlane authentication uses another app just to have the authentication work. So it's not like RoboForm, you receive a text message. You have to have certain app with Dashlane on your iPhone to make it work.
What I've seen is most methods of two-factor authentication have capability of letting you choose using the app or choosing text messaging. Does Dashlane require that you use their app?
Yeah, it doesn't let you use your phone number as an SMS message to get the code and to enter it and use it. So if I don't have my phone near me, I cannot access my Dashlane on my computer.
Yeah.
So it just it leaves a person hanging.
Right. That kind of makes me a little nervous if it's dependent on having the app with your cell phone. What happens if you lose your cell phone? I did once upon a time have my cell phone stolen from my house when I had a home invasion robbery while I was sleeping upstairs.
Yeah.
So now another thing is I've seen with some two-factor authentications is you can put in multiple methods so that you could select if you want to use the text message or the app in a particular instance. And then I suppose it would also be comforting to know that it's good if somebody else accomplishes the two-factor authentication through an app, such as doing something so bizarre like cloning your phone, cloning the app. I'm not sure what capabilities are available along that lines. Is it also going to send you an email message letting you know? For a login, I don't think so. For changing a password, yes.
Yeah.
All right, looking to see if there's any other comments in chat. Brian, where and how does RoboForm store the master password on the user's system encrypted? I haven't confirmed it offhand, but I would assume that's pretty much industry standard, that it stores on the system encrypted, but then it also has to, well, no, it doesn't have to have a decryption key. When you type in the password, it could apply an encryption key and compare it to the hash that's stored on your computer. Now that hash would also have to be stored on their website so that you could log in from another computer or just through a web browser on any computer. Now this thing that recently came out about LastPass and the iteration level on the client side, there was some misunderstanding at the beginning of that whole debacle that number that could be set on the client side of LastPass had control over how much encryption is accomplished on the LastPass servers. That turned out to be not the case. That number that can be set on the client side of the software is only for the encryption that occurs on the local computer. Once your your password vault gets to LastPass, they do additional encryption, which, as I understood, that is standardized across their system at the 100,100 level. Sorry, was working over DaVinci. Working, lurking, SMS means that you are open to SIM jacking. So you need to have set up a PIN code on your cellular account. So let me get into that a little bit better. SMS, that's just text messaging, means that you're open to SIM jacking. Yes, true. If you're using the app on the phone, that's the TOTP, the time-based token, that's more secure than receiving text message. I am aware of that. So if you're using the text messaging, you are open to SIM jacking, somebody cloning your phone. And then you would need to have a PIN code set up on your cellular account, because once they hijack or SIM jack and clone your phone, they would also need to know the PIN code on your cellular account, well, your iPhone account or your Android account, in order to use that. I think I'm saying that right. I just don't feel that I'm going to be, I'm a high enough value target for somebody to try to SIM jack my phone, because that's really serious targeting to do that.
Yeah.
Selden Ball, some 2FA services use a voice phone call. Yeah, I've seen that option, so you don't have to re-register an app when you get a new phone. I would be concerned there, is there some other way for them to redirect the phone call? I've seen social engineering of skillful hackers where they call the cellular service and they have enough information about you to convince them that they are you, and then port your number to another phone service perhaps.
Yeah, that's correct.
Brian Lightfoot says, no buffering. Seems the 9 a.m. monster may be to blame on your other node. Actually, there was a 7 a.m. monster today. It's from the 7 to 8 o'clock with my Fortnite stream in Pacific time. Was when I was really struggling. Did a little bit of struggle during this stream. Okay, I'm all caught up in chat. Got 6 minutes left. There is no Ken Stout show, so I don't actually have to go the rest of the 6 minutes. I do have a forwarding set for Kerry Holzman's channel. Noir, if you don't mind, where are you in the world?
I am in San Diego, California.
Oh, awesome. You're a neighbor here to me then.
Yeah.
Compared to other people that watch this show. San Diego, that's I've visited. We had family trips there when I was a kid. We had some friends living in San Diego. Have you lived there long?
I got here 2013 and I've been here since then.
All right. Very good. Well, do you have any other topics, any other comments or questions even for the chat room people?
No.
All right. Well, then I'm not one to drag this out. I think we'll go ahead and put today's stream to bed. Don't see other comments coming in from chat. And I'm going to do a last speed test just to see where I'm at now. Then I'll be watching back through this video to see if it works out okay after YouTube does their processing on it. Yeah, those are good numbers now. All right, well, that'll do it, Noir. Thank you for asking to come on and spending some time with me. It's good to meet you voice to voice.
Good to see you. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the Zoom session, and then I'll bring up my email address, and you can send a question to me. To that email address, I respond during Windows Daily shows that are Monday through Friday, and also may be responding on Saturdays during a show that's usually about 2 hours long. So tomorrow is Saturday. That show starts 2 hours later than the Monday through Friday shows start. And I'll be scheduling that stream within the next hour or two probably. So you can just go to my channel and see what the current show, the show time is. And to get to that, you can go to your browser and type youtube.com/LWTDB, which is the acronym for my channel, Live Windows Training DougBetts, LWTDB/live, and that'll take you straight to whatever my next scheduled show is or my currently running live stream. If you catch that during the brief time when I don't have the show scheduled yet, then it'll just go to my channel page. You can also leave comments on videos, and you can leave comments in chat asking questions that I'll respond to when I can. I see everybody saying goodbye in chat, and that's all there is there. So I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.